What's up, guys? I haven't been on Snapchat the whole entire day, but except for this morning. But I'm sorry. I technically feel like I didn't show up to work, but I'm here. There are some things I want to say before I go to sleep. I know it's late, but I've been out. I've been running errands. I've been trying to take a little break, whatever, and be my real life self. Because you guys know I do this a lot. But anyways, there's something I want to talk to you guys about, but I am going to put my comfortable clothes and get to bed and, yeah, get ready to go to sleep. But I want to talk to you guys before I go to sleep. All right, so there's a big difference between constructive criticism and criticism. I was told that I am too desperate and that I'm moving around like it. And I'm going to call that constructive criticism, not criticism. And that's what I was told on here by multiple people. And I can't say that I agree anymore. Like, I agree 100%, Matter of fact, I'm going to let the man, do his work like he's done my whole entire life since I was born. And see if it is it or is not, if it's meant to be or it's not meant to be, that's the path, that's the divine purpose I'm on, and that's what it is. So with that being said, I'm not gonna do no chasing around. I'm not doing that, okay? What's meant to be is meant to be at the end of the day. I realized that, I'm a very good man, and that's when I'm very misunderstood, okay? I was told to do this list that I'm supposed to be doing to get everything that I'm supposed to be getting back. That's what it seems like in everybody's eyes. But, I'm here alone, and I can't say that I feel amazing. I feel great, right? I'm going through a weird phase in my life. I want to say that, and I will admit to that. I'm not gonna go too much in depth or details about it, but I was gonna complete those very impossible tasks, and you guys might ask, like, what is it? I'm not gonna go too much in details about it, but I was gonna go as far as getting a new house, which I might still do because I want to do. Fix my life up, do everything I can, do everything, literally everything. And I feel like you guys don't know me too well. I am a very, very good man, okay? And I'm not just saying that. I actually mean that. I think I'm very misunderstood in a lot of areas. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I am nowhere near as perfect, but I try, okay? I'm also very, very young, very young, very young. I'm a very young man, okay? But you can't lie. I don't know why this is not understood, but I've done a lot of positive things in my life. A lot of positive things in my life that I don't think of because I'm always reminded of all the negative things that I've done in life. But I'm never reminded anything positive. Remember when I was talking about that, how I grew up and, I wasn't motivated. I deserve motivation. I deserve to be told that I am, this and that. I deserve to be in a positive place just like everybody else. A positive environment. This is very serious, and I'm so glad that I could vent. This is why I love Snapchat. I can vent on here. I am very happy in life. I am the happiest ever. I'm the happiest ever because I have learned that how to become happy without materialistic stuff and about anything that has to do with has nothing to do with life. Really, if you really think about it. It's good to have. Don't get me wrong, but you have to focus on what's you and what's what's really, really important other than what you do on, you know, whatever, you know? Anyways, I'm tired of proving myself. I'm tired of, you know, doing all these tasks, all these objectives. Like if I was, yeah, you know, I know I'm very misunderstood. I already know this. I feel like I'm not very understood at all. Okay, which is fine. It's okay. I'm not complaining, but you know, I'm a great man. Okay, I am a great man. I'm a gentleman. Okay, I'm a gentleman. I'm a stand-up man. So I forgot the last thing I was talking about. Oh yeah, that I'm a stand-up guy. Okay, look, I'm done cutting corners, and it's time to really get serious. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be at the end of the day, okay? I know the mistakes I have made, and I will take full accountability for it. Whatever it takes, whatever it is, I don't know. But I'm not perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect. But I'm not also not a good guy. I'm a great man. I mean, come on, seriously. You think I changed my whole life around? I mean, look at me back then. I was in and out, you know, and it's just, you know, all that. Like I was just not doing the right thing, and I changed my whole life around. And I became such a great person, and such a good person, and I did that with the snap of my finger, because it's that easy. Life isn't hard. Life is easy. It really is. It's how you want to live your life. You know, you take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is. And, you know, I'm learning every single day, new every day. But I like to say that I'm a very knowledgeable young man, that I grew up to always wanting to learn something new every single day. Even though I wasn't amazing at school, but stay in school, you know. Do good in school, you know, become somebody. And if, you know, you're not in school anymore, then, you know, do whatever it takes to be a good individual and a good person. But besides that, what I'm trying to say is, what is meant to be is meant to be. So I'm going to take what I said in the beginning as constructed criticism, because I was told that multiple times. And now I see what you're talking about. It does look that way, right? You know, love. Yeah, okay. But it's different when you're actually doing something because of not just love, but because how you love the person, right? It's just not just love. It's just how you love the person, how you care about the person, how you think throughout of how much you actually want that person, you know? So with that being said, you know, there's just, you know, it's very simple. It's not that difficult to understand, you know? I know the mistakes I made, but no one knows what I went through for years. And I won't speak on that, because one thing about me is, people think that I'm, you know, very into speaking about business, even if it's my own business. I actually don't really like to do that. I'm not a receipt type of guy. You know, use all the 2025 lingo about this and that and whatever. Like, you know, now everything's about manipulation and all that. So what I'm trying to get at is, like, you know, I'm going to do what I need to do to make me happy in life, okay? I am going to actually become a young man, and I am going to actually be a generous, gentleman, amazing young man. And I want to say that, I'm not going to say anything about anybody else, but I'm going to say I'm very lucky to be who I am, and I appreciate it. Sometimes I'm surprised, from my past, of course, that, you know, I'm here talking to such beautiful people that has helped me throughout my whole entire stay, my whole entire, you know, career, whatever, you know, like, but you know, I'm not, I'm not with the negative stuff anymore. I'm not. I want to move on. I want to become a positive person. I want to become an amazing person. And everybody's positivity is different. So the bottom line, what I'm trying to tell you is no, I will not be looking desperate. Even if I was told to, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Because I know that I love someone, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Yes, okay, I'll admit it. I am deeply, I'll admit it. I am deeply in love. Because if I wasn't, I wouldn't be sitting here. Well, I'm standing up and walking and pacing. I wouldn't be pacing around my home for about to be 4 o'clock in the morning talking about this. And yes, I've taken naps, I was at my friend's house. I took a nap there, and I just Ubered back home. But what I'm trying to state is, generally speaking, it's just I'm not gonna go out my way to do this and this and that, because, guys, if we were to count, and I don't want to do this, let's not do it, but let's just state the facts. I have done this, that, because I love. I am in love. I am deeply in love. Okay? But if I don't see, and I'll admit this right now, eye to eye, and it's not, there, then it is what it is. I once was told that, when I went, I had to go back, right? And, it was a long time ago. It was from someone, and I was told that I need to re-love. And in my head, I was like, oh, no. I'm like, I still love you. But that was a long time ago. That's done. That was my trial. And I got spoken to in my ear. And that was when I got told that that's it. That was to let me know that this is never going to work out ever in my life again. Okay? But where I'm getting at is that in my ear is just, yes, I am being the one that is actually climbing up, and there might not be, climbing up on any, but but it's probably because, okay, yeah, I made my mistakes, and yeah. But what people don't seem to understand is, I kept quiet. And I'm going to give you guys a couple hints, okay? Building, back when I lived in an apartment, and look at the lives, and it looks like the same place. I did that for a whole year. And how do you think that made me feel? I could look. I told someone that I trusted, someone that I believe in, and someone that I trusted. Let's just say that someone that helps me. He helps me a lot, right? And I told him that I feel some type of way about it, and I'm being honest, and and I'm just being real and vulnerable with you guys. And I'm normally I'm not like this, but I I dealt with that for a year. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And I never said one word about it, ever. Okay? The second time when I did the cake thing, okay, yeah, that was very, very this and that, right? But, trust me, I would be very, 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 I would feel some type of way. Let's just say that, okay? Sorry, I'm just speaking very, very, very vague. But what's it called? you know, I couldn't go to sleep one night, and I'm like, that phone is on fire. I'm like, not literally speaking, metaphorically speaking, that the phone has something in it. And I was like, I knew, and I as a stand-up man, I stand by correct, and of course, it never happened again. But what's it called? And nothing happened, but it was a text. And that's just me being realistic. And what's the weirdest thing is it never left my mind. Never left my mind. So I was saying it never left my mind. Never did. It never left my mind. Never left my mind. Never. Never left my mind. It never did. I will be honest with you. It was so weird. It was always in my mind. And I will admit to that. But the thing is, it finally left when we moved into here. Right? And, as, how do I say this? As confident as I act, I'm still a human and I still have feelings. And I just want to say, at the end of the day, a lot of you guys don't know me too well. And I started to realize that, later on, right? And I wish I was more understood, but, I also play a lot of games on the internet, so I can see why I'm not that understood. But I'm being realistic with you guys. That right there, obviously I'm not going to be overly dramatic, but I didn't forget about it, okay? For a year straight, I did not. No, I did not. I forgave. I did not forget. I did not. Okay? So, what does that tell you? It did what it had to do, right? It's a little different. Everything's a little different. It depends on what it is, right? There's always sides of every story, okay? And you want to know why there's always like me always looking like the, not so good guy. Well, here I am speaking. There's always two sides of the story, but when it comes to me, it's so weird. It's always one side of the story. But if I open my mouth up more and I stop ignoring things, because I always wanted to be this guy. Don't scoop to people's level, and it works. Don't scoop to their level. Don't bring yourself down. Don't let this take control of your head. And it works. It works. But then it comes with a lot of misunderstanding. And I'm like, okay, at this point, I just look at my phone. I'm like, this is not true. This is not true. This is not true. This is not true. You guys have never heard my side of my story. And this is not just what I think you guys are starting to figure out what I'm speaking about. But what I'm saying is, this is not something that I forgot about with, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, so I forgave because I love, and whatever. Anyways, that's all nonsense. At the end of the day, that's what it is. I'm going to let it play its course, and I'm going to let it do what it's supposed to do. I am not a perfect man, and I can admit that, I am nowhere near perfect. Even if you guys did start hearing me speak more about, the two sides of the story, because it takes two, right? Then I would still not be able to be a normal person. But there would be a little bit more understanding. Get it? You guys understand what I'm saying? But there would be some things where you guys would be like, whoa, wow. Well, yeah, guys, I'm a human. I have my own personality and stuff like that. But I am not a bad person at all. At all. I would say I'm an outstanding citizen. And I want to say, the phase I'm going through right now, it's okay. I get it. And it's not looking too defined, in my life. I'm also a person that likes to test things out. But I'd be lying to you if I said I was testing things out. No, I also would be lying to you if I told you I wasn't testing some things out, right? So, I do play a lot of mind games. I'm very intuitive, and I'm not just saying that, but yes, just very lot. I'm very, yeah. So it could, yeah, very logical. So, but what I'm saying is like, at the end of the day, I guess we just come down to. I hope you guys see where I'm coming from now, and I think you guys seem to understand. I'm gonna let it play its course. If it wants what it wants, then it wants what it wants. At the end of the day, why put the bait there if the bait, is just steady sitting there, right? Now I do agree. I need to leave this house, because of my own mistakes. But I can take accountability of that. Guys, I never had a problem with taking accountability. I just never thought it was cool enough to respond back to things. I thought the ignoring part was cooler. And I'm still going to think that way probably, because that's just how I am. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. Now you guys see, whatever, who cares? Okay, if you, listen, I learned, I guess I learned a little bit. Okay, whatever. Okay, but I've always been, very, very, very intellectual. Very, very. That I've always known since I was a little child. A little kid. Yeah. And no. Yeah. I guess you guys get it. And, I know my values. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But wait a minute. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, no. I am a human being. I know the mistakes that I have made. I know. I also test myself out. Just learn one thing new about me. I test the water out a lot. When you're testing if it's cold or hot. I test the water temperature a lot. But sometimes I don't. So sometimes I blatantly make that mistake, and I'll be honest with you. Okay. Where I'm trying to get at is that let's let it play its course, but let's go back to this. I know my morals. 1, 2. I know my values, and one lucky. Good night, guys. I don't know if I'm going to make other Snapchat videos. I just wanted to tell you guys this. I hope you watched the whole video. It was definitely a different video from... I feel like I'm speaking in a different dimension. All right, let me stop. All right, anyways. All right, guys. Bye. You guys like the blue lights? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't even know why I even asked that question. Anyways, it's just blue light. What I wanted to inform you guys is don't believe everything you see on the internet. The internet. Don't believe it at all. Especially in a certain type of... Anyways, look. Don't believe everything you see, okay? I'm telling you, okay? Believe in yourself. Do what's right for yourself. You matter. You're important. Did you know you're the main character of your own storyline? There's no need to say anything that is negative. Took me a while to say that one. Yeah. So now you could always believe me, but I would be lying to you if I told you I lie. I mean, I don't lie. I'd be lying to you. But I tell you one thing. I just think too much. I try not to lie. I want to say I think I maybe change the topic sometimes. Maybe that's what I do more. Because the lying thing, I don't do too much of. But I'd be lying if I told you I don't lie. That's a lie. It's a lie. I'm sorry. We're not gonna speak on everything and no, but yeah, we get it. You know, I've done my studies. I know how things work, and yeah, unfortunately. But what I'm trying to get at is don't believe everything. Just make your own judgment about me. It's almost like you just met me. Brand new. Sorry, I'm trying to get this phone to have a good place to stand on so I can talk to you guys. And obviously my number one go-to motto to say is don't judge me off my tattoos. Okay. Anyways, I know, and then this is, I swear I lived this life before, and everyone's gonna say, "Oh no, we're not judging you off your tattoos, we're judging you off your actions." I know, guys, I get it. I know what's going on. I get it. What I'm saying is, yeah, what I said in the beginning, I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. Alrighty then, there we go. I guess I'll end it right there and say, I love you guys. Whoa, I said I love you guys. Quick question, do a lot of creators say that they love you guys? Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I heard that. By the way, I love you guys, even if you don't do anything. You know, I love everyone. I love everyone. I love everyone. I'd rather keep me like with my circle small. Ooh. It's weird. Oh yeah. Everyone. So what do I do about it? I don't do anything. I found happiness within myself. And that's that. All right, let me choose a better laugh. Myself. That's not right. Everyone should be supporting, especially if you're a close one. Now, in the past, I have done, but it's time for all of us to grow up and mature and become adults. Seriously. I'm 24 years old. Seriously. It's time to change. Literally. It's right in front of my face. Enough is enough. Okay? And a snap of the finger. Guys, the world's in your hands. And I was just, I can't even say it, extremely blessed that, not literally, but metaphorically, the world's in my hands. In a snap of the finger, I can change everything and just become, what's my biggest goals, So what's my goals? Be the biggest I could be. Even though, I got, I get a little touch about fame every day, and I don't seem to, really, but sometimes it makes me happy, so I don't mind it, right? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But another thing is you know, I did it because I loved it and I was passionate, and it's kind of like I had to do it anyways. You know, I when I started off, I didn't earn it. I didn't get nada, but it's because I loved it. So, you know, this is a passion of mine. I enjoy doing this. But where I'm getting at is, I don't even know. I'm tired. Yeah. All right. So I'm just here thinking a lot. When you're alone, you're just thinking. I'm thinking a lot, and I am thinking of happiness, greatness, beautiful things. How life is just so beautiful. I mean, like, look. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I can even walk to my fridge and, get me some milk and get me some cereal or something like that. Get me some, okay, what was that? I was scared. Anyways, but, yeah, so, grab some soda, I'm grateful for that. Where I'm getting at is, guys, it's very simple. It's not that hard. Do good in your life, and good will come back. But don't think that things are just gonna fall out of this. No, it's not. You have to work towards it. But you have to make sure it's a passion of yours, because you're not gonna get the instant gratification that you want. You're not. You're not gonna get. You're not gonna get everything that you want right away. You're not. You're just not. Right? It's not gonna come right away. And now, sometimes it does, and congratulations to you. But sometimes it doesn't, and that's what makes your story so great. If it does or if it doesn't, because if it does, that means that you still was trying to become that for. It could be a year, 2 years, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever, a decade, whatever it is. But even if you took L and that was a lesson, and boy, let me tell you. I've done a couple of interviews. They'd rather listen to L's. So don't be, if you're a singer, don't drop the mic because you lost or something, a competition or something. You do a track meet, I don't know what a track meet, or you do track and you run and you become second place or third place or fourth place and you're not first place, just practice, become better. Kobe once said he knew he wasn't the biggest, he wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the strongest. So 1 month he would work out his handles, dribbling. That's what they call it in basketball. His second month, he would worry about, and it's him by himself doing this, just him watching himself, him trying to perfect his craft, because he knew that he had to do things differently because he felt like he didn't have the things to make him what he is now, a legend. And so, 1 month was dunking, and he waited till he perfected. I'm not saying that it was a whole month and that's it. I'm saying he actually stood and waited till he was perfect. Guys, I don't even know anymore. If anyone speaks negative about me, even if at this point, like I said, this phase of my life, I know that as soon as even if if I'm in a car and I get out the car and there's let's say 2 people, I might be talked about, but you know what? I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna feel any type of way. That's life. One time I walked to a dealership and I got this one guy that he came up to me, and that's when I got my Trackhawk, and he said that he just started working there. He's a week new, and once I got approved my Trackhawk, I became more talkable, of course, because I got approved, And he was telling me that, a lot of people be telling the boss on him and this and that. I'm like, how? You don't even speak English. He's like, I don't know. All I do is just come to work, do what I'm supposed to do. You're my first car I sold. I was like, well, what? What a humble guy. I love my dogs, this, that. I mind my own business, and that's what makes you. To me, if you were to ask me, I think that's success. For sure. 100%. All right, guys. Enough is enough. It was great talking to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment of me giving a motivational speech. I appreciate you guys listening all the way this far. That means you actually care about what I have to say that comes out of my vocal cords. I love you guys so much, and yeah, I'm gonna be laying down. Probably gonna be on eat some cereal because I love cereal, and tomorrow will be a new day, and it will be a beautiful sunny day. Hopefully, if it's raining, then I'm gonna have to just stay inside and see if I can play video games or talk to people or something like that. That's it. But life is good. Life is amazing. And don't regret anything, by the way, in your life, okay? But remember this, okay? Because you will feel this way. Do what makes you happy. Do it. Even if it comes with do it. Because when you get older, you're going to be like, oh, I didn't do this. Do it. Like Nike, just do it. Do it. Do what makes you happy. And it might come with this and this and that and that. You might have closed a lot of doors, but you never know. You get that key one day, and it might not be in a month or 2 months or 3 months. It might not even be 10 years, and I'll be honest with you. Right? Look at the baby. The baby said he sold all his cars. Really good motivational speech he gave. He sold all his cars. He went through a lot. He was living in an apartment. He had to sell houses, apartments, all this, so he can invest into his career. And look where he's at now. In a huge house, living his life and being a stand-up man. Taking care of what's his and just, being a good man, changing his life around. Imagine that. So you could do it. Anyone can do it. I can do it. You can do it. Everyone can. Everyone is capable of doing what they're supposed to be doing. Stop the negativity too. The negativity, it's not good. Guy, the negativity is just, it's just why? Why? At what point do you think it's like, okay, this is enough is enough? I would be tired by now. I'm getting tired right now. It's getting late. I would be tired if I sit there and I have to do this all day, every single day. And it takes me a lot of energy to, dislike or anything. All right, guys. So, I would love, yes, to sit here and talk to my beautiful people, my beautiful supporters, fans, friends, brothers, sisters. I would love to sit here and talk to you guys all day long. But I'm going to have some rest, go to sleep and refreshing myself. And, I'm tired, very tired, and I'm done with the conversation. I think we had a very good conversation. I hope you guys learned a lot of gemstones from this conversation because I was dropping gems. But anyways, guys, you guys have an amazing night. I hope you guys sleep so good and so well. I hope you had an amazing day. I hope you're gonna have an amazing day tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. And I hope that you guys learned from what I have said, and I really meant it from the bottom of my heart. And I love you guys so much. And anyways, I'm going to sleep. I love you guys.